You might feel like something is wrong with you. Not in a dramatic way, not falling apart, just off. You're still showing up, still responding, still doing what needs to be done. But everything feels muted, quieter than it used to be. There's a tiredness that sleep doesn't touch, a heaviness without a clear reason. And you may be wondering if this means you're failing somehow. Stay here for a moment, because what you're feeling might not be collapse at all. It might be something much more human. There's nothing alarming about this feeling, even though it can feel unsettling. Many people move through life like this for long stretches of time, capable on the outside, quietly worn down on the inside. This isn't weakness, it isn't laziness, and it isn't something you caused by not trying hard enough. Sometimes exhaustion doesn't announce itself loudly. It doesn't come with tears or panic. It comes as emotional flatness, as going through motions without resistance or excitement. If you've been wondering why you don't react the way you used to, or why everything feels slightly distant, there's no need to judge that here. Nothing needs to be fixed right now. You're safe to simply notice what's true. Quiet exhaustion is different from breaking down. When people fall apart, it's visible. There's disruption. There's concern from others. There's permission to slow down. But this kind of exhaustion hides behind normal behavior. You keep your routines, you answer messages, you meet expectations, and because nothing looks wrong, no one thinks to ask. You might even question yourself. If you're still functioning, how bad could it be? If you're not in crisis, do you even deserve to feel tired? This is how quiet exhaustion sustains itself. It feeds on responsibility, on reliability, on being the person who doesn't make things harder for anyone else. Over time, your energy isn't dramatically drained. It's slowly siphoned away, day by day, decision by decision, emotion by emotion. Nothing snaps, nothing crashes. Things just feel thinner, less vivid, less responsive. And because there's no clear moment where it started, it can feel confusing. As if you woke up one day slightly disconnected from yourself, without knowing when that distance began. If any of this feels familiar, it doesn't mean you're losing yourself. It means you've been carrying more than you realized, for longer than you noticed. Stay with this. There are more layers to understand. When exhaustion settles in quietly, it often feels like a personal failure, as if everyone else is handling life better than you are, as if you're the only one who can't keep up internally. But this feeling doesn't come from something being wrong with you. It comes from how long you've been holding things together without relief. If you're often the dependable one, the calm one, the one who doesn't ask for much, your exhaustion goes unnoticed, even by you. Responsibility has weight, not just tasks, but emotional steadiness, listening, managing reactions, being careful not to burden others. Over time, that constant self-regulation costs energy, not in a dramatic way, in a slow, cumulative way. You may start to internalize the fatigue as inadequacy. Why can't I handle this? Why does everything feel harder than it should? But the truth is quieter. You've been operating without pause, without space to soften, without room to be unguarded. This happens to people who care, to people who adapt, to people who learned early how to stay composed. It isn't a flaw. It's a consequence. If you're recognizing yourself here, you're not discovering a weakness. You're finally noticing a cost that's been there all along. And there's still more beneath this feeling. Quiet exhaustion rarely shows up as constant sadness. More often, it feels like a dulling, a soft blurring of emotional edges. You might notice that days blend together, not because they're bad, but because they don't leave much of an impression. Things you used to anticipate feel neutral now, not disappointing, just flat. You still care, just not with the same intensity. And that can be unsettling, especially if caring used to be how you recognized yourself. There may be moments where you feel strangely detached from your own life, going through conversations, completing tasks, checking boxes, all while feeling slightly outside of it. This isn't apathy by choice, it's fatigue protecting itself. When energy runs low for long enough, your system starts conserving. Less emotional response, less investment, less strain. Because responding fully takes energy you don't have to spare. No one warns you about this part, because it doesn't look like distress, it looks like calm, like maturity, like being unbothered. But inside, it can feel lonely, like you're present but not quite participating. If this resonates, there's nothing wrong with your ability to feel. Your system has simply been overworked. Stay here a little longer. The confusion around this has a reason. You may have tried to rest, taken time off, slept more, canceled plans, and yet the heaviness stayed. That can be frustrating, even discouraging, because rest is supposed to fix tiredness. But this kind of exhaustion isn't just physical. It's not about hours slept or days off. It's about how long you've been holding yourself in place. Surface rest helps the body, but emotional fatigue lives deeper. It comes from sustained alertness, from always monitoring, always adjusting, always staying composed. Even when you stop moving, that internal effort doesn't automatically stop. So rest can feel shallow, like it touches the edges, but not the core. This doesn't mean rest is useless. It means the tiredness you're experiencing isn't simple. And there's nothing wrong with you for not bouncing back quickly. You're not broken. You're not resistant to rest. You've just been tired in a way that isn't immediately relieved by stillness. Understanding this matters because it removes another layer of self-blame, and it creates space for a different kind of gentleness. Not resolution yet, just clarity. This state you're in isn't making demands. It isn't asking you to overhaul your life. It isn't insisting on answers right now. It's quieter than that. It's asking for permission. Permission to not perform your way out of fatigue. Permission to stop interpreting exhaustion as a personal shortcoming. For a long time, you may have responded to discomfort by tightening, by becoming more efficient, more controlled, more self-reliant. That works for a while, until it doesn't. What you're feeling now may be the cost of holding yourself together without relief. Not a failure, not a breakdown, a signal that effort has outweighed recovery for too long. And signals don't demand immediate action. They ask to be noticed. You don't need to force motivation back. You don't need to rediscover passion tonight. You don't need to push yourself into feeling better. Sometimes the most supportive response is reducing pressure, letting your internal pace slow without correcting it, allowing yourself to exist without measuring output. This isn't giving up, it's giving yourself room. We're getting close to something softer now. Now, stay with me a little longer. If you've been quietly wondering whether you're falling apart, I want you to hear this clearly. You're not broken. You're not failing at being human. You're not losing yourself. You're tired in a way that deserves care, not judgment. This muted feeling doesn't mean you'll stay like this forever. It doesn't mean something essential is gone. It means your system has been doing its best for a long time, and right now it's asking for less pressure, less self-criticism, less urgency to be okay, You don't have to solve everything tonight. You don't have to explain yourself to anyone. You don't have to become energized to be worthy of rest. It's enough to acknowledge where you are. To let this moment be exactly what it is: quiet, unresolved, safe. If this space feels supportive, you're welcome to return to it whenever you need. Not to fix yourself, just to feel less alone while you breathe. For now, let yourself settle. Nothing else is required.